Morning, and welcome back, and welcome to, I cannot believe it, but the 50th video I've done, I have to say. I mean, I didn't really think about it, I suppose, but if you decided that to have 50 of these things going when I started, I wouldn't have credited it. However, I'm certainly not aiming for 100 because that would have horrible consequences on when the boat finishes. I expect I'll be having quite a few more, so these videos will not be ending anytime soon. Anyway, also I think this is the first time I've had my morning cup of tea outside for quite a long time. Hopefully the first tentacles of the British summer are arriving. Certainly for the next week the forecast is good, which is a pity because of course most of the, well, not pity, but most of the activity is going to have to be inside, which is a bit annoying given the nice weather, but that is that. After several weeks of working inside, it's rather nice to be able to come and sit in the sunshine and do a little bit of work. I feel a bit like an old woman with my needlework, but regardless. That's the board wiring done. Now it's hooking it up to the existing wires. I'm very glad that I took the time to label them all those literally months ago now, otherwise I would have been well and truly sunk. A few weeks ago, when I was finishing off the solar mounting boxes, I jokingly said that it'd be great if Annette and Anil would come back and help me. Well, Kiwi International Decorating Services are back again. Say hello. Hello. And although it's a bit of a detour, as always, with this thing, I'm not going to give up the chance of a third work to paint these boxes. It's actually not the ideal weather, although the weather is absolutely glorious per se. It's tree catkin season, so although you can't see it, there's bits of fluff floating everywhere. But hey, as I said, free labour is not going to be passed up, so we're going to try and get a coat of undercoat and then a top coat done before we then, head to the pub later in the day. Well, in a third of the time and much more motivation, that's the undercoat primer on. I'd say the grey colour is a lot darker than anticipated. The top coat should be considerably lighter than that. I mean, I do like it, but it's meant to blend in, not stick out. While we're waiting for the paint dry, we're off to Market Harbour, and I have to say it suddenly feels like summer. That's the first coat, should I say. Needs another one. There's places where the dark grey primer shows underneath, but overall it's looking good. So, stepping back and falling off, thank you again, Annette and Neil. That is most appreciated, and I look forward to Kiwi International Painting Decorating Services returning in the future. Yes. Afternoon. So it's the second coat. Alas, I'm on my own now, so this is going to take no doubt the entire afternoon, but it has to be done, and I might as well do it the following day from the first coat, so then I don't have to worry too much about prepping the surface again. Well, the second coat wasn't as bad as I feared. In fact, with a bit of music on my headphones, it went by relatively quickly. What did took me forever was the following day. I've just taken all the masking tape, and after baking itself in the sun for 2 days, it was absolutely glued onto the aluminium trim like a limpet. So it took quite a bit of razor blades and WD-40 to get the goo off. Anyway, it's done now, and I have to say I'm pleased with those. As you can see, the colour, it's coincidental, but it matches pretty well with the roof, and so hopefully the idea is it sort of blends in. There's a little bit more to do. Where I took some of the paint tape off around the hinges, there's a bit of pull the paint away, and I'll tuck that up at some point when I have some Air Bunny's leisure time. Anyway, it's back to the electrics. The BSS regulations state that you have to have the batteries secured down, but as you can see, there's absolutely nothing to attach them to in this particular area, and I'm not drilling through the hole here. So what I've done is I've made a tray for the battery itself, and then that's reverting to the stick saw, not the grip fill, the lack of grip fill, but stick saw, and I've got several good gunks of that on that, which should grip and stick pretty firmly. Well, that's the box and the batteries in. I just now have the joy of connecting all the wires, and I'd forgotten quite how many there were. Thank goodness they're all labelled. Well, I hope they are. Evening. Well, it's a very special day today. It's the Toasty Maker's birthday, and in ward I gave it a day off, and I had a cold sandwich for lunch. It also is so the Toast Maker's a year old. I'm a year older, and the boat here is it's its birthday. We're all perfectly aligned on birthdays. If you've watched this from the start, you'll know that the boat was delivered on the just by pure chance on my birthday last year, and so here I am a year later. Now I guess I have been working on this for a year now, but in some ways I haven't, because I took a month off. So sort of solid work, I've only done 11 months, but on the other hand, it is still a milestone. I guess I'm not I'm not as far ahead as I'd like to be. I mean, I never thought I'd do it in a year. I'm not that ridiculous. But there are some certain months ago. But I guess I am feeling now the electrics are almost done. A few more days of that. I am feeling I'm not, if not downward hill on the on easiness, but sort of the end is in sight. I mean, there's a big list of things to do, but I can envision getting done one day, which is great. Anyway, I'm treating myself to a glass of wine, and well, can't say happy birthday to myself. Don't know what to say there, but anyway, cheers. I just heard some manoeuvring about, and I came out of the boat, and lo and behold. Excellent. Technically, that's actually better than new, because as well as doing a nice job on it, what they did is they've grip blasted it, and they've painted, they've undercoated all the way up through the rudder shaft, which previously was bare metal because it wasn't accessible when the builder was doing the primer coat. So I said, ends up with an improvement. I won't even tell you what the owner's proposed method to get this was, but when I told, I was kind of quite flabbergasted. Thank God he didn't get his own way. Well, that's us wired up for now. I need to get a piece of perspex, just like I had with the lithium batteries, to cover the battery box. That's not only is it sensible, it's a requirement for the BSS, but I have a larger order to come, so I'll do that then. And happily turning everything on again, no sparks, and it looks to be working. As you can see, so there's all the switches and fuses for the port side, and on the port side there is a voltmeter for both the 24 volt battery, and I've also got a 12 volt battery, because you need that for the starter motor lass and the sort of the communications of the electric motor. So there's three sets of batteries in total, and I can there's little charging points for these, which then run off the 48 volt batteries, and you can control those theirs. And there's the little one for the starboard side electrics. Without wanting to blow my trumpet too much, I'm quite happy those have come out. It looks not like I bought it from a shop, but it looks half decent. Next step, making the cover plates for the various switches, etc. So as you can see, I've cut the pieces to size, and then I'm going to give them a quick sand on the belt sander. First coat of paint. Well, it's the end of the week, and time to say goodbye. I haven't a clue how long this video is going to be. I feel that there's not probably much, so I suspect it's going to be quite short. However, it is what it is, as they say.
I'll find out when I edit it in this evening. Anyway, thank goodness the electrics are more or less over. I say more or less because, as you've just seen, I haven't done the little. I haven't actually installed the plate, the switches, or the USB ports, etc. yet. However, that's something they're not urgent, so it's something that I can do at some other point. So I think when I get back, I will start another task, and on the whole, changes a good rest. And to say, coming back, I'm just going to have a short break from the boatyard. If nothing else, I need to find a washing machine, and I will catch you later. Oh, and on that, by the way, because of the break, it's very likely that next week there won't be a video, because by the time I get back, there won't be enough time to actually create anything. So if for those who watch every week, if you don't see anything next week, don't worry, I'll pop up on your in your YouTube in a couple of weeks' time. Anyway, but let's see. In the meantime, hope you're doing well, and see you soon.